Hey guys, welcome back. It's Arry the Stag. TR Tony here. Hope you're okay. I know I've been away for a little while. Got a bit overwhelmed actually, if I'm really honest, with a day job. So I'm back now and we'll be back occasionally as I can. Hey guys, welcome back to Arry the Stag. TR Tony here, out and about in the New Forest, just outside of Bournemouth. I've pulled over just to have a bit of a rest and admire the view. There's plenty to look around, and in particular in my rear view you can see my gorgeous Mark II 1978 Triumph Stag. It's in a very bright red colour. It's actually a Mazda colour in fact, although it looks pretty authentic, and just wanted to say just what a joy it is to be out and about in these cars these days. It's such a wonderful experience, just such fun, it really is. Let's just have a quick wander around the car and I'll talk you through it. Okay, so here it is. Many of you would have seen on the channel that we had it resprayed about 18 months ago, so it's looking quite resplendent. There are one or two bits coming back, I have to say. These cars were made of Chinese steel, I'm afraid to say. Back in the late 70s it was a BL cost-cutting thing, and also I think a supply issue. The UK could not get hold of decent steel, so they imported cheap stuff from China, and so a lot of late 70s cars had awful rust problems, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you about that. The Triumph in particular, you know, was one of those that suffered, but there were a lot worse. If anybody ever remembers the Alfa Sud, for example, and various other Fiats of the time, they were quite rust buckets. They were very, very common, and of course in the UK with the salty roads in the winter, to stop skidding and stop accidents happening then, and to keep the ice as water, then of course that salt gets into the nooks and crannies and really affects those little wheel recesses and places, the little tiny places where rust can fester and go. But just look at it. It's a beautiful car, really is. This was a late one. This is 1978. As I say, I know they were made from 1970 to 1977, but this car in particular was one of the last ones off the line, I think. And as you can see inside, excuse all my mess, just an iconic look in there with the Stag icon on the steering wheel, the three-spoke wheel. And incidentally, if you didn't know, these little plastic inserts, some cars you see them still on. Mine's still got mine, although this one's hanging out a little bit. It's a bit loose, I have to say. These were put in at the requests of customers, because apparently lady drivers were catching necklaces in these slots and then getting them caught in the steering wheel, which is a piece of information probably, I don't know if that's any use to anybody, but that's why they're there, and well, so I'm told anyway, so it's interesting. This car's done about 88,000 miles. I'm not quite sure how authentic that is. I've got no reason to suppose that it isn't genuine. I've even got my Chris Rea tape in there. It's embarrassing to say. It's still got the old tape cassette deck, so I've got my Chris Rea Road to Hell album in there, which I did buy first time round, I think, pretty much. And for those that remember Downpipe Duke, this was his part of the car. The Doberman used to sit in the back here. So it's a 2+2, and a very, very desirable, iconic looking car, it really is, and designed by Michelotti in the late 60s, originally for the Geneva Motor Show, and thereafter it took hold, based partly on the Triumph 2000 body shell, and he was given this and come up with something new to show off, and the project called the Stag was the outcome, and thank goodness it was, because here it is. Here's ours, and they're worldwide. There's still something like 46% of all cars, Triumph Stags, that were ever made that are still on the road to this day. Isn't that just amazing? When you think of how many modern cars of the 80s have long since died off and gone, this one and this model is still going strong. Now, I know that many have criticised the Stag. They've called it a Triumph Snag, because originally when they were launched they had awful trouble with overheating and problems, largely because of poor manufacturing actually. The engine plant itself, the 3-litre V8 in this car, is still original. Let me just open the bonnet release so you can have a look. Bear with me, just pull that up, shut the door, there we go. Yeah, this is the Triumph 3-litre V8 unit, and it is a joy to drive when it's going on song. The faults that they had involved casting sand being left in the block when they were making the car, which caused hot spots, which caused overheating, which caused head gaskets to go. And of course dealers then were changing head gaskets under warranty with rather irate brand new owners, because this was a top of the range car. This was the flagship of the Triumph fleet, and it would overheat again and blow another head gasket, and nobody could work out why. That was one of the reasons. Other stories of indifferent cylinder heads and all sorts of other issues that caused overheating, and so for that reason and a number of other things, this caused the demise of the Triumph Stag in the 1977 time. It got thrown out of the US, and eventually British Leyland ceased production in 1977. This one was 1978, so it must have been standing on a kind of a garage forecourt for a while until it was first registered. And yeah, it's a late one, but excellent car. And yeah, just look at the engine bay there. It's not the most pristine, I'll grant you. It is a bit dusty, so it's original, sir, but the 3-litre V8 is such a joy to see. And if I can just start it up, maybe let's have a look and see if you can hear it, because I'm sure you'll be wanting to do that. Bear with me, let me just see if I can get on the keys. Like that. Ooh. There we go. That's the throbbing V8 engine, and this one's running quite smoothly actually. I had it serviced by Paul at Stag Classics not that long ago. It probably needs another one for this year. Haven't put it in yet, but will be, Paul, if you're watching. Just need to get a date in, and yeah, it's running very smoothly, isn't it? So that's the point. These cars do run for miles. We have people in Arry The Stag telling us they drive around South Africa, around Australia, halfway around the US. They do thousands and thousands of miles. And actually, do you know what? It's a very reliable engine. The timing chains do need changing every kind of 35,000 miles or so, because they stretch. But apart from that, I think you can see it's running very, very smoothly. Might need a bit of choke because I've been standing around for a little while. And of course the business end here, the exhaust, I'll just let you hear this. So probably not very ozone friendly, but there we are. That's the Triumph Stag's engine plant, and burbling along. The mechanism for getting it up has to be lifted here. Might have to do that with another hand, bear with. Let's just lift that, there we are. And a little technique, which I know many of you will be aware, is you don't slam these bonnets because they are quite bulky. They can cut into the body work if you're not very careful. A little press of the hand in the middle, like that, and the job is done. And there you go, that's the Triumph Stag 1978, 46% still going, and they've gone out across the world, and we're very grateful for all the following from around the world. It's really cool to see such support for such a superb mark, and Arry The Stag represents all of that, and joining in the sharing in the classics dream. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little wander around the Triumph Stag, gives you a bit of a flavour for what the car is like, and I absolutely love this, I really do. Such a joy to be out and about and driving. Steeled about half an hour today just to go and get some petrol, pump up the tyres, check the oil and all the rest of it, and now go back for tea and maybe a beer. So anyway, enjoy the weekend wherever you are, and we'll see you on Arry The Stag very soon. Cheers for now guys, all the best, bye.